Hello everybody, it is me, Darcy. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to this, the Unnamed Podcast. Time of the week where I sit here with this guy, and we talk about rubbish and whatever else comes to my mind. Guys, welcome. It is almost February. The first month of the year is dwindled.
Yeah. Well, actually, by the time this comes out...
No, just tomorrow.
It'll be the next day.
Tomorrow's the 31st.
No, tomorrow's the 30th.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh shit, yeah, today's the 29th.
Oh, so yeah.
So it'll still be, yeah, no, we're good. We're always good.
We're good.
First, yeah, as I was saying, the first month of the year has passed us by now, and that means that we have to go back to the real world now. You know, unfortunately.
I had to stay in the real world.
Yeah, but I get to go on holidays
for
the end the start of the year, and then I have to not be.
Yeah.
So guys, let's get started the way we often do with a little bit of channel news. Kris, take it away.
Indeed. So Monday this week was Coral Island.
It was.
Yeah.
Guys, I went back. I was like, I am going to nail some shit down. And I did. It was great.
What'd you nail down?
Oh, dude, I just went in and I absolutely slayed everything. I went hunting for little fluffy dudes so that I could steal their fluff and give it to the lake temple.
So did you do like one of those like insect boards where you like nail it to the board or something?
Oh, no, I just hit it with a hammer.
That's not nailing it down. That's not even...
nails.
No, that's not how it works.
But yeah, so I was in there doing that. I was like, that was my goal. I was like, I'm gonna get this because, you know, I go to the mine all the time. I collect things. I think I unlocked one of the giants, and let me tell you, those giants, I really wish they just called them spirits or something. I understand calling them giants because there's kind of like I want to say there's a strong Polynesian kind of vibe going on with it.
Okay.
But they're not. Like, when the giant you unleash is barely up to your knees, you're kind of like, giant, eh?
Yeah.
Like, even the biggest of them is only, like, the same size as me, and it's like, just call them spirits.
I think it's like a giant fairy.
Maybe. But it's like, you know, like, I get it, like, in other cultures and stuff, the giants weren't what we had as giants in our history, where it was like giants, massive creatures. They're like, no, giants, spiritual creature, and it's like, I get that, but like, you can't. It would have just been easier to call them spirits because in reality, that's what they are. They're nature spirits, but then again, they use spirits to be like the goddess and the I don't know. It's a little bit messy. But it annoys me because it's like, these are the giants, and like every single one of them is like hip heights or lower, and you're like, no, they're not. They're really not. So I unlocked the water giant. Yeah. I finished off the monster hunting quest for the lake temple, to which they gave me a bunch of TNT, which I'm like, way to go, nature temple. Give me a bunch of explosives.
That's fucking dangerous.
That's a smart thing to do. They're like, hey, I am the temple of nature who wants to restore balance to the world. Here you go, human, blow shit up.
Yes.
The other thing, which I've been thinking about like recently, is that like, because I'm currently in the month of summer, that's coming to an end though. It's going to be autumn soon in my game. And it's been like raining heaps. Like, in the game, summer is the season of rain. And I was thinking about that because like, it's not right.
No.
It's and like, when I say that, guys, you've got to understand, both me and Kris live in the tropics. We understand that it can rain in the summer. In fact, most of our summers are like that, aren't they?
They are.
The only issue is that because we live in the tropics and it rains all summer, we don't have winter. Like, we just don't have it. It doesn't exist here. And that's my problem with Coral Island. You can't have it be like, well, it's a tropical island, so it rains during the summer months. And you go, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And then be like, and then in the winter months, okay, now we have an issue there. But in the winter months, it's fucking snowy and shit. No.
Maybe some hail.
Maybe some hail. But you can't have a tropical island. So what I'm saying is that it should rain in more springtime and winter, autumn. if you want to get serious about it. Summer kind of needs to be dry if you want to have those what do they call them? Environments.
Yeah.
Like if you want me to believe that this place could actually exist, I shouldn't be having
seasons.
Yes, seasons. That's the one. You know, it's hard to remember things that you haven't dealt with in years.
Fair point.
And again, as I said, me and Kris live in the tropics. We understand there are no seasons in the tropics. There's not. If you've never,
It just gets a little bit cooler.
if you've never had the privilege of being in the tropics, basically what happens is in summer, spring, what you guys would call that's generally just what we call a wet season.
Yeah.
And what happens is it's about 20 to 30 degrees.
Mid-30s.
Mid-30s.
Yeah.
And fucking humid.
Yeah.
And then in the autumn and winter seasons, we just call them the dry seasons, it's about 30 to 20 degrees, but not humid. And that's it. Sometimes,
so good.
if you're really, really lucky, it might dip down into the mid-teens.
Yeah.
And
I mean, where
if
we
you've
are.
lived here for too long, you'll literally be seeing people walking around in fucking puffy jackets and scarves because it's dropped to 15 degrees Celsius.
Yet I've lived here so very long, and I still walk around with this.
Yeah, I know.
A pair of shorts and a shirt.
Don't get me wrong.
I mean, like, if I'm at home, shirt if you're lucky. But that's it.
I love when it drops into the dry season again.
Yeah.
A more appropriate name. Because it means that I can wear jeans and not be a sweaty mess.
Oh, yeah.
Like I can pop them on and be like, I'm a bit warm today, but I'm not a sweaty mess.
Yeah.
Whereas like during the wet season, it's like, I walked outside wearing nothing, but it's so humid, I'm a sweaty mess.
Yes.
Ow.
That's why when I'm at home, I don't wear a shirt. Not in this season.
But yeah, I'm just like, I understand what they've done where they're like, oh no, because you're on a tropical island, during summer, it's going to rain. I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. That does.
Yeah.
Only issue is on a tropical island, they don't ever get snow.
No.
Ever.
No.
Even a little bit.
It'd be super weird.
It is super weird.
Well, actually, it's probably super concerning.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Because there's a problem if it's snowing there.
Yeah.
Something has happened.
Maybe in this game world, what happens is during the time when the when this island goes into winter, the sun just turns off.
Maybe.
And so on this tropical island,
Could it be one of the spirits?
no, on this tropical
Giants.
island, because it's in the tropics,
Yeah.
it just gets a bit of a snow covering and nothing grows and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Everywhere else in the world is frozen solid.
Yeah. That would check out. That
like-
would make sense.
It's like, I don't know if you ever if you remember the day after tomorrow.
Yep.
Where they were like, it's frozen solid in New York, and it was like, yeah, it was like flash freezing.
Yeah.
There was kind of like someone who took, I can't remember if it was either stated in the movie because I haven't watched it in so fucking long, or it was someone who was just like doing the maths on how cold it would be in New York to do that, and they're like, okay, so blah blah, if this is happening in our friendly country of Australia, they have a light snow coming over them.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, wait, what do you mean? It's like, yeah, no, that place is fucking hot as shit.
Yes, it is.
That place is hot as shit. And they're fine because,
Well,
you know.
you look at the maps where they show the temperature in different places. You look at like a lot of the world, and so, there's a tiny bit of red there, tiny bit of red there. Australia, almost all red.
Yeah, see, that's what I find really funny about when they talk about that, because they're like,
Yeah.
you know, on average, this has been one of the hottest summers ever.
Yeah.
Right? And they'll say this when they're in the Northern Hemisphere.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no shit, Sherlock. When you guys are in fucking summer,
Yeah.
Australia's in winter. there's like 4 places in Australia, which does make up a large mass of the southern hemisphere land mass.
Yes.
You know, there's us, Africa, and South America.
Yeah.
South America does get a bit of snow. Not a whole heap, though.
Yeah.
Africa, known for its snow.
Yeah, super known for it.
Again, there's probably some places that could get snow, but they're just not wet enough. Like Kilimanjaro should technically be in the middle of winter, capable of receiving snow.
Should be, yeah.
But, you know, I'm not a weather scientist, so I can't tell you why it's not. But
yeah,
logic dictates it's a big enough mountain, and as long as it was wet and cool enough at altitude, Kilimanjaro could have snow. Maybe Kilimanjaro does have snow. Maybe I'm blanking on that. Or maybe I'm thinking of a different mountain peak, but definitely, like, Africa's not known for its snow, even in fucking winter. And then Australia, as I said, not much snow here either.
it does.
Kilimanjaro does get snow?
Yes.
Cool. So Africa does actually get a little bit of snow. I assume it doesn't come far down the mountain. Like, stays on
there's a summit's known for Arctic climate.
Okay, yeah. So that makes sense to me. Yeah, you know, that makes sense. Because that's what I was thinking. Like, you have to be... Well, basically, in the southern hemisphere, you have to be at a certain height to get snow. If you're below that height, it's like, get fucked.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, so when Europe and America are in summer, and the southern hemisphere is in winter, it's like, it's one of the hottest... The winters are so warm, and it's like, sorry, the summers are so warm, it's like, yeah, because you don't have what we have when it's summer here, and we're like, motherfucker, it's like 44 degrees Celsius, and it's like, meanwhile, in America...
Oh, if it gets 44 degrees Celsius here, we're fucked.
Yeah, but it's like, meanwhile, in America, they're like, yeah, it's like -10, and it's like, yeah, that kind of balances it out. But when you guys are in summer, we ain't balancing you out, because it's like, hey, it's winter, how cold is it? Oh, dude, it got down to like 1 degree yesterday. And it's like, yeah, sweet.
Unless you're high enough, at which point, yes, you get into the negatives.
Oh, yeah, but like, you've either got to be in the Blue Mountains.
Yeah.
Sorry, no, not the Blue Mountains. Yeah, the Blue Mountains just get pretty cold. They don't get snow, but they do get pretty cold.
Yeah.
But you got to be in the Blue Mountains, the Snowy Mountains.
Yeah, Snowy Mountains, there you go.
Or Tasmania.
Yeah.
If you're in, like, Western Australia, it's like, oh, yeah, it's cold. You're still in a fucking desert.
Yeah. Doesn't mean shit. Yeah.
But, you know, like, so I just find it so funny because, like, yeah, when Europe's in summer, they're like, oh, it's, because, like, they take a global average of the temperature and they're like, it's the hottest summer ever. And it's like, well, yeah, because when you guys are in summer, we're not really in winter.
No.
Lots of the southern hemisphere is tropical, where we're just kind of like, oh, thank God there's no humidity right now.
Yes.
It's like, has the temperature changed? Not really, but it's not humid.
I mean, it's a little bit lower. I mean, like,
it's a little bit lower.
I mean, you said 30 earlier, but I think more commonly it's 28.
Yeah.
It's not much of a difference, but it's one of those things that...
It's those 2 degrees that count.
It really is.
But yeah, that's sort of... Anyway, that was the gripe I just have with it, because I'm like, I get that you want the season so that people, like, understand it, but I'm also like, then just have normal seasons. Don't try and make it like, hey, you're on a tropical island. Because then it doesn't make sense when it snows. And you're like, wait, what? Oh no, what's the rest of the world doing?
Yeah.
And I get it. It was, you know, it's because it's pretty much a Stardew Valley clone.
Yeah.
And Stardew Valley has the seasons. But Stardew Valley, I think, does it. Stardew Valley is like, yeah, no, you're in a place where it's hot and cold, and this is how the seasons work.
Yeah.
And so all of these clones of it are like, this is how the seasons work. And it's like, yes, but you're not in the same... You want to be on a different kind of biome, you know, to use that word. But, like, you want to be on a tropical island? Tropical islands don't have frozen winters. Like, I can't name one tropical island that's like, yeah, we're a tropical island. here is our tropicalness, and in winter, fucking frozen, mate.
Yeah.
Maybe New Zealand, but even then, New Zealand, the
New
places
Zealand
that freeze in New Zealand aren't tropical. New Zealand gets.
Yeah, but they also have
I'd have
a
to
lot
talk
of.
to Josh.
They also have a lot of the Arctic winds as well.
Yeah.
So they get very cold.
Yeah, I'll have to talk to Josh about that and see, like...
So it's like, I was there in, November 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And on the South Island, we were single digits most days.
So you wouldn't call it tropical? Because you were...
No, I mean, you wouldn't call it tropical, but that's the other reason they get it, just because they're so close to that.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to get that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, the thing that I'm doing is, like, because I don't think if there's anywhere in New Zealand that is actually tropical and not... I don't think so.
We're near the top of the North Island, and that's about it.
I don't even think it's tropical there. I think
mean,
it's nice.
It's the
there.
closest you could consider tropical.
So I was gonna say,
Yeah.
like, yeah. I reckon you'd have to get a little bit higher up into like the Vanuatu's and stuff that are up in that area to get really tropical, and they don't get the snow. So New Zealand gets the snow, but it's not tropical.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, I digress. The point is that I'm just picturing a bunch of like Maori guys or like Polynesian guys in their like grass skirts and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Because they live in the tropics, they wear grass skirts and they don't wear anything else. And then being like, and then the next second them being like fucking 3 feet of snow, being like, oh man, I wish we had more than grass skirts today.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
Yeah.
that's my gripe with it. But yeah, so I smashed out some stuff. Started planning out how my farm's going to look. Because basically, as we move towards winter, that's going to be a very good opportunity for me to start planning shit out, because I can't grow shit.
True.
Because it's cold.
You're gonna try to sell trash?
No.
You're just gonna hand it out?
I'm just going to go and become a dwarf. Find a Balrog.
Fuck. I mean, I suppose it'll keep you warm.
I just planted on my farm. You stay there. Melt the snow.
Let
Anyway.
things grow.
Anyway, but yeah, that was Coral Island,
Yeah.
and my gripe with the fact that you can't have snow on a tropical island.
Yeah.
Just doesn't make sense, guys. Just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, not unless the rest of the world's fucked. But yeah, moving on. Wednesday this week, we get back into some Satisfactory.
Yeah, you want to talk about that one, Kris?
What did I do?
Not record.
Oh shit, that's right. I forgot about
So
that.
we're gonna because you guys would have seen this on 2 of the last episodes that have coming out. One was a Minecraft and one was a Satisfactory. Both filmed in the same day, and for both of them, Kris forgot to start recording.
No. So the Satisfactory, for some reason, I only got like 3 or 4 seconds. I
Right.
don't know what the fuck happened there.
Probably a double click.
Maybe. The Minecraft. Yeah, that was me. That was my bad.
But yeah, so for 2 of them, both of them, pretty much, we filmed the first episode almost entirely before Kris realized he wasn't recording.
Yep.
The Satisfactory, we got a little bit further. We got a whole episode. Like it was quite literally when I went, okay, let's call episode 1 there. That Kris went,
That's weird.
I'm not filming. In the Minecraft, it was just before, just before we called it, when I was like trying to finish off some stuff. But yeah, so that was something that I had to deal with, which is, it sort of makes life easier, but it also doesn't make life easier, because it's like, yay, I only have one angle of footage to cut here, but also I don't have any idea what Kris is doing, and so I have to go through what he's saying and kind of remove the mumbling, because I can't switch to him so that the mumbling makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair.
Um,
Yeah, it was more so just me raising it up, and
oh yeah,
that's
absolutely.
about it.
Like we knew what we were doing. We were literally just, well, I was going ham with explosives for a little bit there, because I found out that I can destroy rocks.
I'm surprised neither of us died.
I'm surprised you didn't die, but that's that's in the next episode.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, no, it was
Pretty straightforward.
it was just more basic cleanup kind of stuff, getting stuff to where we want it to be. In the next episode, we're going to continue on with that, and you're going to see a little bit more of the basic stuff.
Yeah.
But I will say this: I've gone back in since we've done that filming, and with what I was doing, all the stuff I was doing, I got it back to where it was previously. So it's all finished now. It's all set up. So that you guys don't have to watch me like just putting pipes in for the next like month. So yeah, I've looked at it and gone, okay, where we finished off was like 2 steps below what I was cleaning up in the first place. And I was like, there's no point going in and filming me figuring out and trying to put things in when I don't need to, and I could just go like, here is a pipe, there is a petrol power station. And so I spent a couple hours the other day cleaning that up and just, making it all look good. So next time we do go back to film Satisfactory, I will be able to adventure forth.
You will, while I finish off figuring out.
Oh yeah, you've got a lot of stuff to do. But yeah, it's sort of important to me that I got all that done, just because I needed to get it done so that we had it. But I also was like, I've spent the last like 4 episodes working on this. It's time for me to go and do something different. So it's now in a place where it's just going to work, hopefully.
Well, it's all we can ever hope.
And now I can go off and I can explore, get new stuff, go out and search the world, all that good stuff.
Of course.
Mind you, now that that's also done, there's also like other things like building up a train system is going to probably be necessary.
Of course.
Just
that soon.
Just little bits of things that
we can get those little bits from over yonder.
Yeah, but like that's part of it. Like as I said, the whole joy of Satisfactory really is spending a lot of time making things work so that you don't have to. I think the other thing for me is just neatening things up. Like I really am like, once everything is kind of like working, it's like, okay, now it's time to make it work and actually look good.
Yeah.
And like, when I say look good, I don't mean like have it perfect. I mean like be like things on like, oh, here we have 6 conveyor belts all like squiggling around. Stack them. Oh, here we have this doing this. Stack. Like bring everything down so it's not like it's not a giant mess. I think I would describe our base previously, before we started working on it, as an MC Escher painting. There was a lot of stuff happening, but you couldn't really tell what was doing what.
Yeah, no, it was real weird to try to figure out where everything was. We had too many storage containers.
We had too many storage containers. We had too many conveyor belts. We had too many loops of things just being like there's even now, like when I was cleaning up some stuff, I was at the copper trying to just fill up my inventory with copper so that it would start moving.
That was the one that confused me the most.
And like, because it's confusing as shit, because you got stuff coming out and going like 3 different directions, all just to come back to one point, and it's like, why?
Yeah, I don't know. I cannot answer the question. I do not know what the fuck I was doing.
But I'm like, okay, so like all of that kind of like sorting out that mess and like trying to make everything a little bit more efficient, because like when we begin, you kind of like, oh, I need this, so just split this off and do it. Whereas as you get more advanced, you're like, oh, we actually don't need this doing this because we can do that doing this, and then you can basically just have everything spinning around and working.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
But it has issues. It has issues.
Yeah. I can't wait to do the assemblers.
It's going to be nice, and I think
it's going to be nice, but it's trying to figure out how I'm going to do it properly.
Like and like one of my big things at the moment is I'm kind of like sitting there being like, we should build like it doesn't sound awfully great.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't sound super smart, but I'm like, what we should do is we should build different, like, buildings and stuff that do different things. So, like, you walk up to a place and you go, oh, I need this. Oh, that'll be in this because it comes from the assemblers, and all the assemblers are over here.
Yeah.
And that way, between them, all you need is, like, 1 or 2 lines of the stuff moving from, like, all of the iron and all of the screws and plates and stuff that are being made. You just put them over each other, send them to the next stop, and it's like, cool. I don't have to worry about anything there. Once they get there, split them, and then that works.
Only trouble is like everything needs screws. Holy shit!
But that's why we have better conveyor belts and everything, because that'll
Which
move.
I realized while I was sort of trying to tidy everything up. There was a lot of like tier 1 conveyor belts like, around. I thought I went through and and that was the problem with the mess. I thought I went through and changed them all.
Yeah.
At least to the
the
tier below.
as I said, like, you get if you take like because one of the things that I'm a big fan of with Satisfactory is like it makes logical sense with a lot of the stuff where it's like, oh, I have 4 lines running, so that's fast, right? And it's like, yeah. It's no faster than if you were to have 4 lines splitting into 1 line, merging to 1 line, splitting into 4 lines.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, no, because that wouldn't be fast. Like, yeah, because there's never going to be a backup with that system. Whereas on the other systems, if one of them stops, it's just not doing anything.
Yeah.
Whereas with this one, it's like they're all constantly feeding and all constantly splitting, so it's always constantly moving. But yeah, that's always been like one of my major gripes with like everything is just like. There are so many times when it's like, oh, we need more of this, and then you look at like a conveyor belt, you're like, oh, we have some of it here. Oh yeah, but that's feeding something else. Yeah, but it's not moving. It's like, so we can split it so that it can be, and that's why I'm like, merge and split. That's why we have them, because it's like there's so many points where it's like, oh no, but that's feeding this machine, and you go, okay, and then you realize that machine uses like 1 of them every fucking 2 minutes or something, and you're like,
yeah.
We should be way more efficient here. We need to be more efficient with this stuff. And so, as I said, I'm a big fan of the merge everything, split everything, keep it nice and neat when it's traveling, and then when you need to use it, split it up so that it's going everywhere. And then rely on your conveyor belt to keep everything moving. Especially now that we have
which is pretty much what I've done with all the screws and everything at this point. Actually, was that in this episode? No, it doesn't matter. I think it's next episode.
It's either coming or you will see the results of it.
Yeah.
But but like I was just like fucking around at one point while I was just like cleaning everything up, and I was watching something happen that didn't make sense to me, and I was like, why is this happening? And then I realized it was because it was going from a level 4 conveyor belt to a level 3.
Yeah.
And what I was watching was a full conveyor belt, like chockers, and then a single piece going off. And then it'd be like 2 seconds later, another single piece. So there was a gap. And I was like, wait, how is that like that? And it was like, oh, because this one's moving so much faster than that one that it just can't keep up with it. It's like, even though it might have been level 3 or level 4. It's like, so even though this one's full, it's like a full 2 seconds slower than the other one.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and so it's like, now that we have level 4 and everything can move
at that speed. Don't get me wrong, like conveyor belts, so once you get to the higher tier ones, they're a great way to move around. Because the speed, like you get the attachments we have, they give you more speed to begin with. You get it on a tier 4 conveyor belt or a tier 5 when we eventually get to it. Holy shit.
But it's as good as a human cannon tube.
Pretty much. Oh, I mean, not now. It used to be, so the way we had it set up in our old playthrough, it was so much better.
Oh yeah, but that was because we weren't launching ourselves.
Yeah, we didn't have the multiple brakes to go faster.
Yeah, but you know, like this is all part of it, and it's like it's all about trying to, and that's the big thing. It's all about trying to pull out those efficiencies.
Yeah,
you know, and that's kind of like what I love about it, and that's why I think. Like, if you are someone who is about, like, trying to be the most efficient, or someone who enjoys, like, small little changes to things, you'll probably love Satisfactory. You should definitely give it a try, because it's like, you know, well, one of the things that as I said, it never really bothers me because I don't spend enough time working with it. But conveyor belt level 1s I've never been like, oh, I need to change these. But when you do change them, even to level 2s, but like when you change them to level 4s and stuff, you go, wow, that's seconds saved. I'm saving seconds.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really mean anything, but like, yeah, it just feels good.
I mean, it kind of does with feeding into things.
It does, but it also
it
doesn't.
It helps with our power.
True.
Like, we need that faster feeding to get there properly, otherwise we get more situations where it's like, oh, it's not feeding enough.
Well, see,
because
that's
how slow it is.
Again, though,
but that's because we've got it splitting up so much.
That also is like why, technically speaking, there are ways around that.
Oh yeah.
If you have stockpiles, so like,
yeah,
basically, especially for coal, if we were to have gone like, okay, from all the coal, we're gonna have this many double containers, right?
Yeah.
So coal gets mined, goes and fills double containers. Let's say we want 2 double containers for every 3 or every 6 or whatever, just random numbers.
Yeah.
Power generators. You fill them up and then you connect them. So you do all of the prep work and then connect it, and then you go, and then you'll never have a problem because it's not relying on mining stuff coming. It's the mining stuff's filling a container that is a stockpile that's then being split. And that's where you don't run into so many problems. Because one, it doesn't matter where you're mining from, because you're not taking it from there. You're taking it from a stockpile that's much, much closer.
Well, that's why we have the stockpile.
Exactly.
Which we didn't do last time.
No. But that's like kind of how you alleviate those problems. It's like real world. Like, I know it's a video game, but if you think about it like the real world, you solve the problem, because it's like, in the real world, we don't take it from a mine and go to a power station. We take it from a mine, we go to a stockpile. Yes, that stockpile is generally at the power station, but that's because the idea is what you're actually putting in the power station, you want to travel very little distance. You don't want to be like, yeah, so we got this in fucking Townsville, it's got to go all the way down to Rockhampton, and we're just, well, as soon as the train gets there, they're going to need it in there, so they're just going to unload it straight. No, you don't want that. You want to be like, train to a stockpile to a thing. That way, you're never sitting there being like, man, I hope this train's not delayed.
I hope nothing happens.
Exactly.
Because nothing ever happens.
Nothing ever happens.
The train lines in Australia.
Exactly. But yeah, no, that's sort of like where in an idea is like, yeah, you do kind of want stockpiles of stuff, just because like. And I've done it with all of my oil stuff. It's like, I have, between stuff, I have stockpiles. And it's like, why don't you want it coming straight? And it's like, well, one, that's bad if the machines aren't working in perfect sync. Because if this one's making more than this one needs, then this one backs up until this one's ready to go, which means everything else starts backing up and backing up and backing up. You don't want that. So you put buffers in between, or stockpiles in between. So it's like, if this one does go faster, we just build up a stockpile. That's fine. Because then I can go like, oh, the stockpile is starting to fill up. Get rid of that.
Well, yeah.
But, you know, like, if you're just sitting there being like, this feeds to this, and that's all it's going to do, oh, I hope everything works good, you run into several issues that we have run into in the past. Where it's like, oh, because we didn't have a stockpile and we just kept adding bits to this, now we don't have enough, and we didn't realize at the time. Whoopsies. But
the only thing we haven't done with the power station is fluid buffers.
Yeah, that's probably okay.
Yeah.
Because it's just water.
And I suppose it's not traveling a long distance. It's just a pain at times.
Yeah. Plus, you know,
because it's only a pain when
if we were like trying to do it anywhere else where we didn't have a giant lake, we'd probably need fluid buffers, because we'd need to.
I mean, we've done it in about 4 different places. I know that.
So when we did the radioactive one, the nuclear power plant, that actually did have a fluid buffer.
Oh, I wasn't even talking about that one. I'm talking about coal.
We've only ever done coal in 2 places. And
no, there was a couple of spots.
Because
So there was beside our old base.
Yeah.
So like directly beside it, but then when we went into the tube, heading down towards where the actual the power station was, there was a left turn where I'd set up another 2 or 3 over there. I got rid of them eventually because we.
I just know that we generally build them on lakes, but if we weren't if you weren't somewhere where you have
near a, well, I'd barely call it a lake, to be honest. You could fit 2 fluid extractors in there, and that was it.
Yes, I do know because I still use them because they were feeding the train, which was going to the nuclear power station.
Yeah, we ended up changing it. Like, I got rid of the power stations that were over there because we decided to. Because we then found the lake. And we're like, oh, wait, hang on.
But that's what I mean. Like, basically, like when you're doing stuff like that, as long as you have like a lot of water. But if you were just like, if you don't have a large body of water where you can put lots of fluid pumps in, then you need to use buffers because you need to fill up those buffers and then split from those buffers so that your water's not overtaxing.
Well, yeah.
But anyway, like as I said, Satisfactory is one of those games that requires a little bit of not a whole lot. You don't need to think out the best way possible.
Yeah.
It's just you get the most satisfaction out of thinking out the best way possible.
Yes.
Yeah, but so yeah, that's the episode of Satisfactory. We do more base cleaning and I play with some bombs. Obviously Friday we have the podcast. If you're watching this, thank you. You're not, then you don't know I'm talking, so have fun. And then this week there is no Minecraft, so that kind of wraps up everything. Obviously the shorts are still coming out. I'm being a little bit less stringent with them. I do like putting out something every day, but I'm also kind of at the point now where I'm not super worried if I don't. Sometimes, it takes a little bit of time for stuff to get out there and get views. So, I've been noticing with some of the shorts, it's like in the first 24 hours they get a few, they'll get some views, but for the next, in a 2-day period is where they get their peak views from.
Yeah.
So I'm still playing around a little bit with that. I still think, trying to get them out in between when we're actually launching videos is just a good way to engage people with the channel, which is kind of what we're chasing. So, but yeah, I'm just playing around with them. So some days they'll be short, some days there might not be. It honestly depends whether or not I've been able to do it, depending on what's been happening, or if some days I'll just be like, the short from yesterday is still doing the rotations. I might just take a day off and we'll put out the next one a little bit later, so that we're not competing with ourselves.
Yeah, true.
Anyway, a subscriber count, Kris.
344.
Cool. That seems to have stabilized a little bit.
Okay.
So it hasn't stabilized perfectly. And what I mean by that is, if you've seen the last 2 podcasts, you would know that for about 2 weeks now, it's been jumping around. Between 347 and 343.
Yeah. And
when I say jumping around, guys, I'm not talking about one day it's here and the next day it's here. I'm talking about 1 minute it's here. I will look and be like, oh, okay, that's there, and then I will finish uploading the shorts and I'll look and be like, oh, we have another subscriber. And then I'll check an hour later and it will be like, oh no, we're down 2 subscribers. And it's just been a little bit inconsistent, but it finally seems to have started to settle down.
Seems like it.
And when I say inconsistent, just numbers seem to be, quite literally yesterday when I was doing the shorts, it said, as I started uploading them, it was like, oh, you've got 345. And I was like, oh, really?
Yeah.
I was like, that's a bit weird. No, let me open this other app I have, because I've got 2 YouTube apps, one for creators and just one is YouTube.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me go to the creator app to check that and open that up. And it was like, nah, 344. And I was like, I've got 2 different numbers here on 2 different apps.
Yeah.
So it has been very inconsistent, and we weren't really sure what was going on. I don't think anyone is with YouTube.
Yeah, true.
They're not exactly the most transparent organization.
No.
But needless to say, it does seem like everything's kind of stabilized out. So I think I'm happy to say 344 is where we are at. Whereas in the past, I'd be like, oh, we're here. And then like 2 minutes later, we'd be somewhere different.
Yeah, that's true.
All without YouTube ever actually acknowledging that we had lost or gained subscribers.
It's weird on that one.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I guess that just about wraps up.
I think so.
Channel news.
Don't know if there'll be a podcast next week.
Yeah, it probably won't be.
Yeah.
Probably just a little bit of an update.
Yeah.
So
I will be away.
Yeah.
Unless we record on Tuesday.
No.
So I will be away, so there's no podcast next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's wraps it up.
That wraps up channel news.
Yeah.
I'm a level with everyone. I really don't have that much to talk about at the moment.
Yeah.
There's not a whole heap going on, other than everything starting to kick back into normalcy, because it's that time of the year where the children go back to school. I'm actually really looking forward to that. There's been far too many of them at the gym.
Oh yes.
I know that not all of them are I actually know most of them are like graduates, but
yeah,
as
well, this started before. Like the busyness at that gym started before school holidays.
It would have started in about October, end of October,
and then
because that's when Year 12s finish.
No, oh, what end of October? Yeah, I suppose. Yeah,
end of October is when Year 12s finish. And that's when
going.
Well, see, it's something that always happens at that time of year, purely because
the
Year 12s finish, and they're like,
but it's the times for me that I'm just like, why is there are times where we used to always go. It's like
late at night.
Late at night, if we showed up in Year 10,
it would be packed.
There would be, well, it used to be. We'd walk in and it's like, cool, there's a handful of people here, but they're pretty much finishing their session gone. By the time we finish our warm-up, which is 10 minutes, most of them are gone.
Yeah, but what happens, and because it happened last year, it happened the year before, what happens is the Year 12s finish school, they go out, and now they can be out late with all of their mates.
Yeah,
and that's what they do.
Well, see, the other thing is,
they can't be out late with their mates at a pub or anything.
No,
but they can be out late at the gym, so they'll all start going to the gym later and staying longer. Because a lot, if you actually watch them, half the time it's like 6 people standing around a machine while one person does a workout.
Oh yeah,
and then they go and stand and
there's a lot of times where there's actually only 3 of them doing anything, and the other 3 are just there.
Yeah, and then they'll go and have a mirror sesh together.
Yeah.
And then they'll come back out, do another exercise, go have another mirror sesh. But like all of that kind of ends because what happens is, what you've got to understand is, and I explain this to all of my Year 12s as they're finishing, is from the end of October, so from when you finish to about mid-January, you are a full adult with no responsibility.
Yeah.
And they go, what does that mean? You go, means until really about February, until university starts to kick in.
Yeah.
Even if you're not going to university, no one's really expecting anything of you as a Year 12.
Yeah.
However, once all the Year 12s who are going off to university, which the reason we say February is because even though university doesn't start till March here, in February is when people who are leaving the town have to start leaving. Like, they all have to start going that they're there on time to do O weeks and get themselves ready to spend the next 6 months of their lives doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
And when that starts to happen, that's when all the ones who aren't going to university and are like, oh, I'm going to get a job, that's when the people in their life start going, well, job?
Yeah.
You know, this full-time job that you're going to work? And they go, oh, well, I thought I was just going to keep working the 6 hours a week I was doing while I was in high school. It's like, no. Back to work. And that's when all of a sudden, in about February, it all drops off, because now they're not, oh, I can stay up till 2 in the morning with my mates and wake up in midday. They're like, oh shit, I gotta be up at like 6 in the morning to be a tradie. Shit.
Yeah. Well, I've noticed nights, it is that. It used to be if you went at lunchtime, midday, about 12 o'clock, it was relatively quiet.
I would say I would be careful with that one because that one's actually going to change more as the economy takes a bigger hit.
Correct.
As more and more people who are finding themselves less and less employed, I guess is the way to talk about that.
Yes.
They're going to be like, well, shit, I'm paying for this gym membership, I should go. But for those people who have been living that lifestyle for so long, they're not early in the morning, they're not late, they're like, I need something to do during the day.
Yeah. And, so I've been noticing there it's all throughout the day. Like you never go at 9 o'clock.
No.
It's packed.
No, why would I?
And like you might find one muscle group is not being used. And it's like, cool, fair enough, I can do that muscle group. But early morning, you're still getting, there is a lot more people there early morning as well.
Always will be. People love early morning workouts. The problem is, like, see, and I've always believed this. Early morning workouts, people love them because they're like, oh, it's great, rah rah. It's not bad. It's just not the best because one, there's nothing I hate more than like getting up, going and exercising, then having to shower and then having to go to work. I hate that. It fucking annoys the shit out of me. I much rather have my workout be, and maybe it's just a personal choice here, but for me, a workout is a very relaxing thing. I don't want to relax and then go and deal with shit. I don't want to get into a place where I'm like, I'm feeling good now. I'm in a good headspace. I got nothing. Oh shit! Now I've got to deal with fucking other people's bullshit. I think it's very good to be like, I've been dealing with other people's bullshit. Now I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to fucking move some heavy stuff around. And, oh, that's right, none of their bullshit matters to me.
Pretty much.
And then I finish my gym workout, I come home, I have some protein, I have a shower, I watch an episode of TV, and then I go to bed.
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
And digest all of my protein.
Yes.
But, you know, like, that's sort of how life always goes at this time of year. Just because it's like, with all the kids finishing school, they're all like, yeah, we can do whatever we want. And it's like, yeah, you can, but just you wait till that real world kicks in, because it's going to kick in.
Oh, I know it happens every year. This seems to be the bigger year so far.
You've also, as
the numbers are increasing.
They won't, though. Get through January, because you've also got all of the people who are like, this year's my year for getting ripped.
Yeah, of course.
I'm going to the gym. And then they go to the gym for about 2 weeks, and they go, cool, that was, I don't have time to do that anymore. And you go, you do have time to do that, you just don't want to. You're sitting there going like, I could go to the gym, or I could watch The Desperate Housewives. I'm going to watch The Desperate Housewives.
Odd choice, but okay.
Well, no, it's a good choice because it's not on TV anymore. So it's like literally people choosing to do something they could do at any time instead of going and working out.
Okay, fair enough.
And
fair enough.
That's what a lot of people do, because let's face it, if you're in our generation, you're a streamer, so you're the stuff you want to watch is whenever you want to watch it.
Pretty much.
And that means you have more time. That literally means you have more time. Yeah. If you remember when we were kids and it was like, hey, do you want to watch this show? It's on TV at this time. If you're not there to watch it at this time, you're not watching it.
Pretty much.
And so you're like, how do I do my life and get my shows in? Well, now it's like, when you're available, so are your shows.
Yeah.
And you go, sweet. So I can live my life the way I want to. And people go, yeah. And somehow we're still failing at it.
that part never changes.
But you know, like, yeah, it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things where people are like, blah blah this, blah blah that, and you're like, okay, but that doesn't really make sense. But every January for me, over the last 3 years that I've been going to the gym, every January, or this gym in particular, every January is the same. They literally are like, you walk in and there's like 50 people there, and
it's actually not bad at World Gym.
Half of it, but I don't like World Gym.
That's fair enough.
I've been there a few times, and I'm just kind of like,
they don't have as much equipment as Ambitions.
No,
they don't. Like, don't get me wrong, it's still good to get a full workout in, but like every time I've gone there recently, pick whatever you want. And
see, that's not too bad. Again, it's just kind of like, one, it's
Like
it's sort of out of my. No, it's not even sort of out. It's very out of my way.
Yeah.
2, it's not in a great place.
No, it is annoying. It is annoying.
No parking there.
I've never had an issue with parking.
The times that I would go to the gym, I have driven that street at 3 in the morning to pick up someone who will not be named, and there was not a park on that street. And I was just like, are you fucking joking? It's 3 in the morning. Where are all you people? And it's like, oh, we just park our cars here because we can.
Yeah, it's pretty much what happens there.
It's like, so that's
like every time I've gone, I've managed to find at least 2 parks. So I know it's pretty packed every time I've gone, but like this morning it was pretty easy.
But you know, I just kind of go, I'm like, yeah. The other thing is like, and I know you're never going to really get away from this, but I also know for a fact that World Gym is very big into the here's our photo room.
Oh yeah. They don't want you. They don't really want you taking photos outside of the photo room.
But I also kind of feel
fair enough. But yeah,
I also feel like any gym that has that is kind of like, yeah, you're not really what I want.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Like it is that thing. World Gym is seen a lot as the bodybuilder. Or
I was gonna say the douchebag gym, but
I know, yeah.
Like I'm a guy who goes to the gym because let's be real, let's be fair, let's be true. If you're living in Rockhampton, you're not.
No.
You're not even an influencer. So like going there and being like, no, I'm gonna lift some weights. Now I'm gonna go into the photo room and do some. And you're like, why?
I've never even looked at the photo room, to be honest.
But you know, like it's one of my favorite things that I see people doing at the gym. It's like, let me just, I just did 1 rep, not even a set. I just did a rep of a bicep curl. Now I'm gonna run over to this mirror, pull my shirt up, and oh yeah, look at that. And it's like, you didn't even get a pump. No, you didn't do anything. You went, okay, let's go. I gotta check out these muscles. And it's like, I get it, you know, like the part of going to the gym is looking good and wanting to look a little bit better, gain more definition. But do your workout, then go check yourself out.
Yeah, of course.
And be discreet about it. You know, like like
it's
I really hate our generation and how everything has to go on your social media, because it's so against everything that I believe, which is hilarious. Hey, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like when I'm not doing this, like I'm not out there posting like, hey, today I had lunch. Here's my lunch, because I'm like, I don't know.
So my thing is,
or like, whenever we're out, it's like, think about all of the times we've gone out and you see Jordan's on his phone and other people on their phone, and it's like, I don't want to do that because I'm here out in the moment with people I'm enjoying. If I pull out that phone and start putting that screen between me and the people, it's like proof that I was here, but also at the same time I wasn't here because I was too busy proving to everyone that I was here. And to me, it's like, part of being present, part of being in that moment is being in that moment. The second you start recording it and taking footage and proving that you were there in that moment, you actually lose your ability to be there in the moment because you're too busy filming the moment.
Well, see, I've stopped posting. I've completely stopped posting things, really.
That's not true. I quite often get reels from you.
Stop posting. Share it. There's a fucking difference. Of course, you're gonna get reels from me. But I mean, like, if
still very annoying.
Yeah, I know. It's no, but I mean, like, people, like, when I went out to the, like, obviously I took photos when I was in New Zealand.
Oh, absolutely.
So, like, there's some great things there. Plus, we went to the whale workshops and all that sort of stuff, and they were, you know, good fun. It's good to take a few photos of them. But so many people are like, oh, I can't wait to see the photos. Can't wait to see it. I still haven't put them up. They're still like
it's sort of like when we went to the snow and we went to the Blue Mountains. Yes, at the snow, I think I was posting stuff.
Yeah.
I think I posted maybe 1% of the stuff that I was actually filming though, because I was like, this is
So
just, one of the big things I was doing was like when I was like at the top of mountains and stuff, taking photos. And same as when I went to the Blue Mountains, when we were at Lucas and stuff, I was like taking panoramic views and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't to post on the internet and be like,
no, it's just,
look at me, I'm here. It's like, this is more of a thing so that when people say to me, oh, what was it like? I can be like, oh, well, look, here's some of my stuff from this was what I was seeing. This is what I was doing. I don't feel the need to share it with everyone because it inevitably leads to what I like to call the false life kind of mentality where it's like, oh, look, this person's having fun again, and oh, they're always out exploring, and like becoming a person who believes that every time you do something, you need to post it to show people how much fun you're having. And I'm like, that's not what it's about.
Yeah.
Like, we have a friend. Everywhere he goes, he has to post about it. And it's like, why? Aren't you going there for yourself? Why do you have to tell every single person you've ever met what you're doing at every second of every day?
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, you know, I just feel like this and that. And it's like, well, yeah, because you feel like you have to share your life with everyone all the time. You don't. It's not something, it's not an obligation that you have. So don't do it. Just enjoy, go and do something because you want to do it, not because you feel that you need to be doing something to share with everyone that you're doing something. And I think that's the problem that our generation and all the generations beneath us are going to have, is that we are going to stop doing things because we want to and start doing things because faceless people on the internet expect that of us.
Yeah.
Like, and look, I run a YouTube channel. Kris is here sometimes.
Yeah.
But like, I think I've been very clear from the beginning that I'm only ever going to do on this things that I want to do. I'm never going to do things because people expect it of me. It's like, I want to do this, so I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this, so you're never going to see fucking Fortnite.
Yeah.
And that's pure and simple. Like, as I've said, like, I know that Fortnite is one of the most watched things, but it holds no interest to me. In fact, I actually believe Fortnite is probably the biggest problem in modern gaming, because everyone thinks that every game should have Fortnite elements in it. And it's like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you joking? You know?
And then they're trying to...
It would be like...
And then they're trying to drag more and more people into Fortnite.
Well,
with adding characters from... Hey, look, there's characters from this...
I sit
piece
there.
Of pop culture. It's like, no, stop.
I sit there and I go like... Could you imagine if Skyrim had come out after Fortnite? Oh, here's Skyrim, the single-player game. Oh, but here's Battle Royale mode. Like,
yeah.
You know, like, that's how stupid it's getting.
Yeah.
But that's kind of where we're sitting. It would be like if every board game that came out went, well, Monopoly is the best seller, so you got to have property and money and all of this in your game because Monopoly is the best seller. Instead of being like...
It's a simple game.
Well, it's just everywhere.
Yeah, I know.
And like, because Hasbro is Hasbro, they're like, oh, we see you have the zoo. Here's a monopoly of your zoo. And people go to that zoo and say like, oh, look, it's the monopoly of this zoo. Oh,
I have it.
And so, yeah, but it is one of the best selling
board
games.
I can't say anything. I have a copy of Monopoly. I'm sure you do as well.
I have like 4.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about it? Nothing. Not play Monopoly, though.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know what I mean? Like, it's...
I think I've played it twice, and that's it.
Look, I will say this.
Yeah.
Monopoly is a great game to have if you play games where you need fake money.
Yeah.
So, if you have kids, go out and buy Monopoly, and you'll have fake money for years. And those kids can use that fake money for all of their shit. Right? If you're into...
You use it for school.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things you could use
if you're into tabletop RPGs and your players like to do a little bit of the role play and they come dressed up, go and buy a game of Monopoly. That way you've got currency for them to actually have with them.
Smart.
It works. But
you could probably also just go online and print that out.
You probably could, but it might cost more than some games of Monopoly. Like, you can pick up a game of Monopoly for like $20.
Well, yeah, but I could also put quite a few notes on each page.
Yeah, but that's a lot of work.
Yeah, I suppose.
Trust me, as someone who does a lot of work for that kind of stuff, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it is. But...
it's a lot of work to do that kind of stuff, and then you do it all, and the people don't even do it right.
Yeah, okay, yes, fair. I'll give you that.
Yeah, because, you know, as I've said many times, role playing is a skill set.
Yeah,
and you need to stop thinking about the game as a game and start thinking about it as a life, because that's the worst part about being a DM. When your players are like, I do this. Okay, we'll do it, you know, role play that out. Oh, no, I just want to ask this person the exact question that they're going to give me the information I want on. Ask the question and I will fucking answer, but you can't just be like...
Start asking questions.
I guess. It's the thing that annoys me the most, is like, you're like, okay, we're going to be doing a role-playing game. And they're like, okay. And you go, okay. So, you come into a place. Yeah, tell us more. No, what do you do?
What are you doing there?
Okay, there's a person behind the desk. We walk up to the desk, and okay, what do you do? Well, aren't they supposed to just start expositing to us? No, because they're a person. They're sitting there, and you just walked up to the desk and staring at them, and they're going, "Please leave."
Pretty much.
It's like you're not in you're not in a thing where it's like, oh, you walked into here. Here's all the information that here has. It's like, no, you've got to fucking find it. You are in a place.
So what I found funny was
we played the real world.
Yeah.
You walk into a place. Everything isn't just handed to you. You have to do it yourself.
Yeah. Well, it's like even the other day, and it worked. Somehow it worked. Fuck, I don't know how that happened. When we played the one we did the other day.
Yes.
And Kalisha was trying to screw with us. Even that still worked.
Yeah, but that was the thing. At least, I will say, at least she understands.
Yeah.
Because I've done the, like... So, me and my friend, back in university, we came up with a system that would teach people how to roleplay.
Pretty sure you took me through that as well.
Yeah, it's super simple,
so,
but...
Yeah, it's super...
Because we would do board game nights, and sometimes we'd do tabletop RPG night.
Yeah.
But when you sit down to do a board game night, and you've got so many new people who are like, oh yeah, this is kind of like my first time ever doing this stuff. You're like, okay, so... You don't know how to roleplay. You don't. We know you don't know how to roleplay, because you might be good at it, but roleplay is like 10% acting, 10% you, 10% game, 10%. It's like there's so many little bits that go into it.
Yeah.
And like it's understanding that you have to remove yourself from the character. So you are the character, but you're also you. You have to be two things at once.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to do that, it requires a little bit of practice and skill.
Oh yeah, of course.
And obviously when you're sitting at a table with like 20 other people, or even just 4 other people as a DM, I can't pull you aside every 10 minutes because you've split up.
Yeah.
In an ideal world, if my group of players split up, I would actually split them, but I don't have enough time to do that.
Oh yeah, no, of course you don't.
So occasionally I do, as a DM, actually remove people if they are to get a piece of information that only they can know, because I also know that people have a tendency to, if they hear it, they will start acting as if their character knows it, and you're like, your character does not know
your character is in
so
the
if
room.
it's something really, really vital that only the person who actually interacted with it can know, we'll pull that out.
And it's why it's
if there's a situation where
I said the other night while we were playing was exactly that. It's like, just because you heard it doesn't mean you know it.
You would think my sister would be better at it, considering she spent 3 years at theatre school.
Yeah, I think she just kept going and saying, as soon as you were talking to me, she's like, I'll walk over and let her listen to that, just to be like, I need to know it. It's like
min-maxing.
Yeah.
But like, if let's say you guys, like, we're in a place where you guys actually split up. While you're doing your thing, I'll explain it. But if you come across something that is like actually important, I will be like, okay, now we're going to pull you away and we're going to talk about this.
Of course.
Because you need to know this, you've come across it, but what it what it could change how everyone who doesn't know about it is going to start playing, because they're going to go, oh well, hang on, this is happening.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the point is that we had this system which was just super easy, didn't require a DM, so we could play and actually show them how you're supposed to act and stuff like this. But like I think the biggest we ever played was 35 people around a massive table.
Yeah.
Just doing this system where it was like blah 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 blah. And what it is, it's basically just a system where it's like super simple, and you all are taking part explaining how you interact with this situation that everyone's in.
Yeah.
And how everyone is interacting is changing the situation. So me and Will would sit opposite each other, so that when it got around to us, we had two people who knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
And when it got to us, we would restate the current situation. So it's like,
yeah, I suppose it makes sense.
This is happening. So like one of them was, our friend was the innkeeper, and our other friend was upstairs with his daughter. And we're like, so this is the situation. Only one person knows this though.
Yeah.
And then you continue on, and so you take your turn and you continue on. And basically what it gets people into the thing of is like, tabletop role playing isn't a game, it's more of a evolving story.
Yeah.
And when you start doing that, you start going, oh, okay, like this. But like as a DM, there's like things that I'm like okay with and things that I'm less okay with.
Yeah.
Something I'm always okay with is like, if you're all in a room together and you find something, yeah, everyone can hear about it. Because I would assume, like, as a human who lives in the actual world, if I was searching something and I found a box, I'd be like, hey guys, I found a box, and everyone would come running over.
Yeah.
And you know, yeah, that's what would happen. But if you're like, hey guys, I'm gonna go down and check by the river, and oh, you're going into the cabin, then you actually have to say you're going to meet up with them to tell them what you found. You can't just they can't just be like, oh, so you found this, so let's stop strategizing. You don't know about it yet.
Yep.
And like that's kind of the thing. It's like, treat this like it's the real world. And like as I said, if there's, I think I've done it to you. No, I've never done it to you. No. I did to another group. Basically, I had to split everyone out of the room individually, because not only did one person find something, but everyone else had their... Upon finding that, it kind of activated everyone else's secret stuff that they were doing. So I had to go and tell them about their secret stuff. But no one else could know, because you were acting on your own to try and progress your goals.
Yeah.
Whilst also trying to help everyone else. But
unless they have the experience to be like, I don't know about this.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't even that. It was the fact that, like, the game we were playing was called... Oh, shit, I can't remember.
I suppose it was kind of like your vampire thing.
Sort of.
Yeah.
But, like, in this game, quite literally, you have secret alliances and stuff like this. So I had to pull everyone out of the room to tell them what their secret alliance was, because they're not allowed to know it. Like, no one else in the room, because... Part of the game is that if you discover someone's secret alliance, you tell me, the DM, I kill them.
Oh, okay.
Because if you bring me evidence that they're a traitor, I'm your friend computer, and that was the thing. It was I can't remember the name of the game, but it was so fun because the DM is friend computer. Yeah. You all live in an underground post-apocalyptic bunker, pretty much, who is run by friend computer. But there's like socialist faction, a fascist faction, a mutant faction, all these different factions who you might be secretly aligned with. So if anyone is found out to be a mutant and that evidence is produced to friend computer, they're eliminated and one of their clones is activated, because the clone won't be mutated, right?
Oh, well, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But everyone's a mutant. Everyone has a mutant ability. Everyone is part of one of the factions. And so, because of this, when the first time I played it, I was a player, not the DM.
Mm-hmm.
But the first time I played it, I was also the leader of the socialists.
Okay.
And I did not realize that. And so everyone was trying to figure out who the leader of the socialists was.
You know what? I think I've heard part of this story.
And I was taken outside by another player because they're like, "Oh, we're gonna have a secret discussion."
Heard part of the
I was taken outside, and he went to me, "I know you're the socialist leader." I went, "No, I'm not." And he went, "No, but seriously." And I was like, "No, seriously." We had to pull out the DM. He's like, "No, you are." I was like, "Oh shit!" And like, literally in like the first 10 minutes, I did something incredibly dumb and like I think I made a cigar.
Yeah.
Like, because I was like, what do I have around me? And he was like, you have this. I'm like, cool, I'm going to do this and try and make a cigar. And he was like, roll the dice. I did incredibly well.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, you now have a cigar. And one of the other guys playing secret objective was to get that off me.
Okay.
He asked for it. I was just like, yeah, there you go.
I didn't know that was. Yeah, I know.
But that's a game where it's really important that the DM, as in control of it, understands what can be told to people and what need people to be pulled away from the group to be told.
Yeah,
because you never want to give it away. And like, the other thing of that is there's a rule set into that where you actually have, like, everyone has to have like heaps of paper with them, because you write things on paper and give it to the DM, and then they go okay, and they store it in order.
Okay.
So like, one of the things we had to do is we're all wearing video cameras to record evidence all the time.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I did was I was with my other people who were protecting me, and I was like, cool, so I'm gonna do this, and I turned off my I turned off my camera, secretly turned it back on, because I knew one of them was against me, and I needed evidence on all of them. So when I figured out who was against me, I could turn them into the...
Smart. Yeah.
But yeah, so that was a really fun game, but that was one where secrecy is really important. Whereas...
brings in a lot of distrust.
That's the point of it.
That's great. Sounds great.
But, so there was that game. It's like I always say, though, when it comes to tabletop RPGs and stuff like that, I try and avoid Dungeons and Dragons. I know it is the most popular one. It is the most widely known system.
Yeah.
It's probably the easiest to get into. But when it comes to the actual gameplay, I always find it lacking. Purely because you get a book about this thick, and most of it is combat moves.
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't need that thick for combat moves.
No.
That means that you're putting too much effort into the combat.
Yeah.
Where what you actually should be putting more effort into...
you've only got to look at it. Like, what is it? A standard turn, 6 or 7 seconds?
6 seconds.
6
10
seconds.
turns is a minute.
So, yeah, well, that's it. So, 6 seconds, 10 turns is a minute. That could take you hours.
Mm-hmm.
Actual hours. Not just in-game. It's legitimate.
My
first game I went through... there was a little bit of stuff we went through.
Mm.
And I believe we went through 2 combats. So there would have been... it's like total... like, not including the travel. So the one where we're actually doing something.
Mm.
Probably about 2 to 3 hours in-game was us doing something.
Yep.
Obviously there was travel, so there was like 12 hours here and whatever. But that took us 7 hours.
Yeah.
7 hours.
Okay, so here's a fun fact about most D&D. So most D&D combat lasts between 6 and 30 seconds. So that's 1 to 5 rounds.
Yep.
That usually takes 1 to 2 hours of a gameplay.
Yep.
And that's the problem with it. 30 seconds in game time takes 2 hours. And it's like, okay, now what else do we do? Well, we've just spent 2 hours doing that. Quickly, let's rush on forwards. And it's like, no, but that's the parts that we're rushing through are the parts that are supposed to be...
that's supposed to...
the game.
and it's because you want to get to the end of the story, but because you're spending so much time in the combat, you're just like, I know, I've got to get to the next one.
You know what? And that's why I really love Legends of Adventures. Because they spend so much time doing the in-between parts, the actual fun parts. And people watch that and go like, why aren't our games fun like that? It's like,
you're not making it
because you spend too much time in combat.
Yep.
And that comes down to your DM. So that's something that I've always tried to do whenever I find new games and whenever I'm trying out new games or trying to make my own systems, is how can I reduce the amount of time we spend in combat, but still make it feel fulfilling?
Yeah.
So that I encourage my players to spend more time actually inhabiting the world. Because when we inhabit the world, that's when we're playing the game. And now, all of a sudden, combat isn't like walk down this corridor, found a thing of goblins. It's like I'm in a cave, I'm walking around, and holy shit, I've just stumbled across goblins. What the fuck am I actually going to do? You know, it starts to feel more like the stakes are higher. It's a little bit more fun.
Also helps you if you have a vivid imagination.
It does.
But
that is why I think I'm going to put a hold on some stuff, and I'm going to focus on Edge of the Empire, or at least that system, because I think the next time I want to get a bunch of people together, I want to play that system. We'll use Edge of the Empire to get us started, but then I have everything else. So if you guys want to join the Rebels, I have Rebel related stuff. If you guys want to become Force users, I have the Force user related stuff. If you just want to stay in that kind of grey area, because I think Edge of the Empire is the best place to tell those stories.
Oh yeah, cool.
Because Age of Rebellion and Forces and Destiny, they're good, but they're more like supplementary. It's like Edge of the Empire is you're in the world of Star Wars during the Empire. The other two are like, okay, you're a Jedi in this world, but it doesn't really give you. I don't feel it gives you enough to like inhabit the world being a Jedi. Yeah. Like, it's like, oh, you're going to go and do these Jedi things. And it's like, cool, but how do I inhabit, how do I then take that to make up stories that inhabit the world? Because obviously, being a Jedi during the time of the Empire, dangerous as fuck.
Obviously.
Or being part of the rebellion, it's like, okay, so how do I make stories about you guys in the rebellion that feel like they fit into Star Wars? I feel Age of Rebellion is like very much set up to being like, your rebel cell does this, but what happens when you're not with your whole rebel cell? Well, then you need Edge of the Empire to kind of flush out those story markers.
Yeah, cool.
So I think if you were going to do one, you'd go Edge of the Empire. Like, if you were just going to get into one, Edge of the Empire, because I think that's a better story, because that's like everyday people living.
As you've said, we could also take elements from.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
and that's fine. So I could legitimately just be still an outlaw.
Oh yeah,
but let's add some Jedi abilities. Not full Jedi because I'm not.
Let's do this and let's do that.
Let's go with the Force. So I'm able to use minor Force abilities.
Yeah. Well, here's my plan. Sort of start off with Edge of the Empire.
Yeah.
And then as people want to move out, multi-classing. So it's like, oh, blah blah blah. We get involved in the rebellion. Cool. Well, now that you're involved in the rebellion, if you want, instead of classing up your current skills, here are all of the rebels' abilities.
Yeah.
You can either reset your character, take everything you currently have and make one of these, or you can bring some of these abilities in to help you and pretty much multi-class. I think that's the best way to do it. Because I think, there's a lot of stuff in
you could probably even work a little bit into like a backstory.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So it's like, for me, with my thought just then of just like having minor
absolutely
abilities, it'd be a thing of like, oh, I was here during all of the Order 66 stuff, and I managed to escape, but I only learned this much. Became an outlaw.
Yeah, but like that's kind of my plan. Is like, so to use Edge of the Empire as a starting point, and then we can go and tell stories. But the big thing, and the reason that one of the reasons I don't really want to get too deep into Age of Rebellion is because, unlike current Star Wars media, when we play this, I don't want to force my players, especially players who start off as morally ambiguous. I don't want to force them into being good guys. If you are an outlaw smuggler, you can help whoever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Whereas Age of Rebellion is like, you're a rebel. So I have all of like the supplementaries and stuff, so I have campaigns for that. And it's like, oh yeah, we can get my outlaws. They can be hired by the rebellion to help out at this situation. Cool,
Yeah.
let's do that. We're gonna run this or I can take one of those stories and modify it so that you could be hired by the Empire to shut down a rebel gang. I can do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But if we were to go Age of Rebellion, you're kind of stuck being a rebel.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want that, because I don't like forcing you guys into choosing moral sides. If you guys want to be chilling with the stormtroopers, that's your business, not mine.
Yeah, fair.
Same with the Jedi stuff. It's like, if I started with the Jedi stuff, it's like, you're a Jedi.
Yeah.
That kind of makes it very hard to be like, hey, there's a situation where the Empire's doing this and the people are doing this. Who do you want to help? You can't really help the Empire because you're a Jedi.
Yes.
Hang on, I got this. Stormtroopers. Ah, shit.
Oh.
But anyway, that's sort of where my goals are for that. So I got a bit of work. Well, actually, I got no work to do. I just need to sit down with people and be like, do you want to play this game?
That's a simple.
Let's make characters. Like, again, I'm like, Kris could use the character he's made that we played as. I'm like, but he probably want to make a new one.
I probably would.
Especially considering, unlike Caleb, I have all the stuff, so you can make pretty much anyone you want.
That was my plan. That was my plan.
But anyway, guys, thank you for joining us. I think that's going to do us for today. So, again, thank you. If you like this video, consider liking, sharing, commenting, or subscribing if you haven't already. It really does mean a lot to us here. If you want to see more from me and Kris, check out the rest of the channel. We have the podcast, many episodes of it.
Oh, yes.
And we also play video games. Like, I don't know if you know about that, but we do it. One day we'd like to play board games and other things, but just at the moment it's impractical for us.
Yeah.
It's just a bit hard.
Yeah.
But check those out. There's a whole variety. We do everything from Minecraft to Battlefield 6. That's a graphical scale.
Yeah.
I don't think there's much more to say. So, guys,
once
again, thank you. I've been Darcy. That is Harry. Or you can call him Kris. But we'll catch you all next time right here on the channel. But until then, see you later.
See ya.
The clap is broken.
It is.